Prepare to be shocked by the extravagant life of Kim Jong Un, the world's richest president. While North Korea faces poverty and hardship, its leader lives in unimaginable luxury, rivaling the world's top billionaires. You wouldn't expect $500 cups of coffee and meals costing more than a family's yearly income. Kim's lavish lifestyle is a stark contrast to his nation's economic struggles. In this special episode, we'll uncover what a day in the secret, extravagant life of Kim Jong Un is like. Sophisticated bodyguards. Given the immense threat the supreme leader faces from the outside world, it's no surprise that he has one of the most sophisticated and elaborate security details. What stands out, though, is just how unusual this team truly is. At the forefront of this complex defense is an unexpected figure. The short, stocky, middle-aged man, often seen in images, is believed by American and South Korean experts to be General Kim Chol-gyu. Affectionately nicknamed Grandpa by a former US analyst of North Korean intelligence, General Kim officially serves as commander of the Guard Department for the State Affairs Commission. His role in protecting North Korean leaders dates back to the time of Kim Jong Un's father, Kim Jong-il. Grandpa first started appearing regularly with Kim Jong-il in 2008. After Kim Jong-il's death in 2011, Kim Chol-gyu continued to be seen with Kim Jong-un and remains in this role today. He is believed to oversee a three-tier security system. Tier 3 forms the outermost perimeter. It is made up of soldiers often wearing battle gear, helmets, and automatic weapons. These soldiers are usually stationed some distance from the leader, facing outward. Tier 2 is a moving middle layer that adjusts as the leader moves. This layer sometimes consists of soldiers with automatic weapons, but more commonly features bodyguards dressed in fatigues and field hats armed with pistols. Typically, there are about 6 bodyguards, some positioned behind, others on the side, and occasionally a few ahead of the leader. Though less visible in photos, this group is more apparent in documentary footage of the leader's appearances. The closest layer, Tier 1, consists of personal bodyguards. This small group is dressed in fatigues or field hats and armed with pistols, always staying close to the leader. On occasions when Kim meets foreign leaders or travels abroad, plainclothes bodyguards join him. These men can be identified by their business attire, suits, shirts, and matching ties, as well as their behavior and posture, often towering over others in the image. Kim Chol-gyu frequently appears in these scenes, suggesting he is present at nearly all of the leader's public appearances. In some instances, such as meetings with foreign leaders like former US President Donald Trump in Hanoi, Singapore, and the Korean Demilitarized Zone, or with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Moscow, Grandpa can be seen moving ahead of Kim, inspecting areas before the leader enters. During outdoor events, both the mid-range and close-in guards stay highly active. For instance, when Kim visits military bases, guards move just behind or ahead of him, while others take position at the front line of the troops. Whenever the supreme leader is being transported in his limousine a short distance, the guards jog beside the vehicle. When indoors, 1 or 2 guards typically move ahead of Kim to inspect each room, quietly leaving once the leader steps inside. Kim Chol-gyu himself often takes on this role and can sometimes be seen assisting Kim as he navigates stairs or tricky paths, especially during visits to military installations or Navy ships. This elite team is entrusted with safeguarding every aspect of the supreme leader's existence, including his excrement. Unusual national secret. One of North Korea's most closely guarded secrets lies within Kim Jong-un's mobile toilet. Each time Chairman Kim attends to his needs, his sophisticated security system accompanies him. Everything associated with Kim Jong-un is deemed state property in North Korea, including his waste. But why would something as ordinary as waste be so protected? For a national leader, everything has significance. If this waste were to fall into the hands of enemies, it could have severe consequences for North Korea and the world. While it may seem humorous, enemies could extract Kim Jong-un's DNA from his waste, revealing details about his health and diet. If they knew about any illnesses he might have, they could use that information to undermine the country. North Korean leaders, especially from the Kim dynasty, always travel with a separate mobile toilet to prevent this. This toilet isn't merely for personal use, it's an integral part of the national security framework. Wherever Chairman Kim goes, whether it's the US or Singapore, this toilet is with him, ensuring that everything within remains completely secure. In a bizarre display of power, the Supreme Leader has even ordered fresh waste to be sent to South Korea via balloons. If that isn't the height of absurdity and a show of dominance, I don't know what is. North Korea launched at least 260 balloons carrying poo into South Korea, prompting authorities to advise residents to stay indoors. The South Korean military has warned the public against contacting the white balloons and plastic bags attached to them, as they contain filthy waste and trash. Meanwhile, Seoul police have classified their contents as hazardous biochemical substances. These balloons have been spotted in 8 of South Korea's 9 provinces and are currently under analysis. This incident comes just days after North Korea threatened to retaliate against the frequent scattering of leaflets and other rubbish by South Korean activists in border regions. The South Korean military condemned this act as a clear violation of international law, asserting that it seriously threatens the safety of our people. They firmly warned North Korea to cease this inhumane and crass action, emphasizing that North Korea is fully responsible for any consequences resulting from the balloons. Kim Jong Un's display of power is astonishing, making you wonder what his daily life must be like. Let's begin by exploring his extravagant mansions. Mega mansions. Kim Jong Un's home is more like a fortress than a regular residence. It is protected by high walls, tight security checkpoints, and round-the-clock surveillance cameras. His communications are heavily encrypted to ensure privacy, and only a handful of his closest advisors are allowed into his inner circle. Security is his top concern, and extreme measures are taken to protect him from potential threats. He resides in this Pyongyang residence with his wife, Ri Sol-ju, and their children. The mansion was built in 1983 and is filled with extravagant amenities like huge halls, a swimming pool with a water slide, a running track, sports fields, stables, riding areas, and even shooting ranges. Beneath this grand estate lies an underground command center designed for war and built with layers of concrete, iron, and lead. The villa is surrounded by electric fences, minefields, and security checkpoints, and it's connected to a private railway that looks over a man-made lake. Kim's love for luxury doesn't stop there. He owns many other lavish villas across North Korea, most of which are kept secret. Recent satellite images show 8 new homes being built in the Changkwang complex in Pyongyang, a secure area close to government offices. These buildings are vital in monitoring government activities, security, and military operations. According to reports, this secretive area now has a new security building and open spaces where more luxury homes will be built. In addition to these opulent villas, Kim owns around 13 luxury resorts nationwide and regularly uses about half of them. Each resort doubles as a command center where he runs the country. So how does Kim Jong Un entertain himself at home? One of his most extravagant pastimes is his private movie theater. This isn't your typical cinema. It's a luxury, high-tech entertainment space with the latest technology. Access is exclusive, limited only to his inner circle, including close friends, family, and trusted officials. Here, Kim indulges in Hollywood blockbusters, Disney animations, James Bond thrillers, and even South Korean dramas that are strictly banned from the general public in North Korea. But this theater serves more than just entertainment purposes. It's also a powerful tool for propaganda, where Kim can flaunt his achievements and reinforce his dominance over the nation's elite. In August 2023, Kim threw an extravagant party at his theater to mark North Korea's Navy Day. This was no ordinary gathering. Hundreds of sailors and high-ranking officers were invited to witness a video of a nuclear missile test, showcasing the regime's military might. It was an event designed to entertain and reaffirm Kim's absolute authority and inspire respect among the attendees. Kim's nights often continue with more entertainment, including karaoke. But this is far from casual fun. He starts with songs that glorify his leadership and portray him as the country's protector. The evening culminates in a performance by an 18-member all-female band who sing a particular song dedicated to Kim, a final tribute to the Supreme Leader's grandeur. Another thing that is well known in the country is their leader's lust. Exotic escorts. In North Korea, prostitution is illegal and remains concealed from outsiders. Under Article 261 of the country's criminal law, engaging in prostitution multiple times can lead to up to 2 years of forced labor. CIA analyst Helen Louise Hunter notes that organized prostitution was rare during Kim Il-sung's rule, although some discrete activities occurred near train stations and restaurants. While some defectors now report widespread prostitution, it's not something that visitors typically see. However, everything changed when Kim Jong Un came into power. He re-established a particular escort group known as the Kipumjo. This group comprises around 2,000 young women who rotate shifts to be by the supreme leader's side every night. Their origins are believed to be traced back to Kim Jong Un's grandfather. These carefully selected young women are beautiful and trained in various skills, such as massage, dancing, singing, and intimate companionship. Though Kim often presents himself as a devoted family man, rumors suggest that his wife, Ri Sol-ju, appears with him in public mainly to uphold his image, while this exclusive team caters to his private desires. Kim Jong Un is willing to allocate significant national resources to maintain this group. Reports from 2016 claimed he spent nearly $4 million on luxury items for these women. Joining Kim's escort team is a challenging task. Only those who successfully pass rigorous selection processes can serve. Candidates undergo extensive medical examinations to ensure they are in perfect health and free from any diseases, including blood tests, urine tests, cardiovascular assessments, and checks on liver, kidney, and lung function, among others, to rule out any infectious or chronic illnesses. The women, referred to as manjokcho, meaning satisfaction team, are typically selected from virgins aged 14 to 20. They receive about 20 months of training and are often ordered to marry guards or national heroes by age 25. For those chosen to be part of the Kipumjo, saying no is not an option, even if they are daughters of party officials. The manjokcho are expected to provide services exclusively to high-ranking male officials of the Workers' Party of Korea, and these services are not available to most North Korean men. Additionally, candidates must pass psychological evaluations to ensure they are mentally stable and can keep the team's activities confidential. The selection process is strict, requiring thorough background checks that delve into family origins and personal histories. Only those with clean backgrounds and families loyal to the regime are deemed worthy of serving Kim. Not all women in the Kipumjo were involved in prostitution. Some participated in activities such as massages and performances featuring singing and dancing. While the Kipumjo was disbanded shortly after Kim Jong-il's death in 2011, reports surfaced in 2015 suggesting that his successor, Kim Jong-un, was considering reviving the group. Beyond indulging in the company of women, the supreme leader has yet another vice: expensive meals. Love for high-cost food. You might think ruling a poor country would mean being frugal, but North Korean dictator Kim Jong Un lives a life of extravagant luxury, indulging in lavish food and drink despite his nation's food crisis. While millions of North Koreans struggle with hunger and malnutrition, Kim enjoys a lifestyle that would make even Paris Hilton envious, with meals filled with unimaginable luxury. According to reports cited by India Today, based on a UK defense expert speaking to British media, there seems to be no limit to how much Kim is willing to spend on his taste for the finer things in life: high-end spirits, expensive cigarettes, and imported meats. Instead of ordinary food, Kim's dining table boasts gourmet Italian prosciutto and legendary Kobe beef from Japan, known for its melt-in-your-mouth tenderness and rich flavor. Priced between $200 and $500 per pound, Kim Jong-un and his father often enjoyed Kobe steaks paired with Cristal champagne. This raises questions about whether Kim has ever considered the cost of food or embraced austerity during his upbringing. Some say that this habit began in his childhood, influenced by Japanese chef Kenji Fujimoto, who served the Kim family for 13 years. Fujimoto shared that Kim was deeply fascinated with sushi from a young age. "I made sushi for General Kim Jong-il at least once a week, and young Kim Jong-un always joined in. He loved sushi to the point of obsession," Fujimoto recalled. While sushi is generally a healthy choice, Kim's tendency to overindulge, combined with other rich dishes, might contribute to his significant weight, something he is certainly aware of. Another of Kim's greatest passions is cheese, particularly premium Emmental. His intense love for cheese has even led to health problems like gout. His affection for this delicacy prompted him to send his chefs to France to learn the art of cheesemaking. However, this has unfortunately resulted in health issues, causing him to step out of the public eye temporarily. Fujimoto also revealed that Kim is fond of shark fin soup, a dish he has enjoyed thrice a week since childhood. Lavish banquets in North Korea are a grand spectacle, featuring expensive imported delicacies like Danish pork, Iranian caviar, and Chinese watermelon. Millions of dollars are estimated to be spent annually to import these luxury items for Kim's extravagant feasts. Rumors suggest Kim Jong Un drinks snake wine to boost his vitality, hoping for a male heir after having a daughter with his wife, Ri Sol-ju. However, his weight struggles have made maintaining a healthy lifestyle challenging, particularly in pleasing his young wife. While exercise is not part of his daily routine, Kim has a team of Russian doctors and scientists who regularly visit to provide medical care and treatments to prolong his life. Meanwhile, about 40% of North Korea's population suffers from malnutrition, while Kim enjoys some of the most exquisite and costly foods in the world. Reports also reveal that he splurges on a rare Brazilian coffee, spending nearly $1 million in just 1 year, along with luxury Yves Saint Laurent cigarettes. While the average North Korean earns only about $1,300 annually, Kim starts his day with the extravagant cup of coffee that costs up to $500 per pound. In what other lavish ways does this ruthless leader indulge in his wealth? Imported liquor is a must-have. Reports suggest Kim Jong Un spends an astonishing $30 million annually on imported liquor. For most people, that could buy multiple luxury homes, but for Kim, it's simply his liquor budget to entertain himself and his inner circle. What's even more shocking is that Kim consumes more alcohol than most people would in a lifetime. Nearly 1 million bottles of Russian vodka were intercepted at Rotterdam port on their way to North Korea in 2019. This massive shipment was intended for Kim and his military officials, showing that even international sanctions struggle to curb his vodka obsession. According to an inside report, Kim's love for fine liquor has significantly expanded his waistline. He is especially fond of Cristal champagne, reportedly finishing 2 bottles in one sitting, while expensive Hennessy cognac is like water to him. Imagine spending millions of dollars on luxury liquor while the average North Korean can't even afford an essential meal, let alone a bottle of Hennessy. Kim's extravagant drinking habits run in the family. His father, Kim Jong Un, was also known for indulging in Hennessy during international summits. Reports even shared that Kim once boasted about downing 10 bottles of French wine in a single night, an amount that would have most people begging for mercy. With a cigarette in one hand and a glass of liquor in the other, Kim Jong Un's nights are filled with drinking and eating to the point where he can't sleep without a significant amount of alcohol. Some say this excessive drinking is how Kim copes with the stress of ruling and the constant fear of assassination. But then again, who wouldn't feel stressed in his position? A report by The Mirror claims the supreme leader is going through a midlife crisis. A Southeast Asian-based academic, Dr. Choi Jing-wook, said, "The leader is facing fresh anxieties over his health and safety in his 40s. He even added, I heard he's been crying after drinking heavily and feels very lonely and under immense pressure." Despite his doctors and wife urging him to reduce his drinking and start exercising, Kim has completely ignored their advice. Ironically, he continues to implement national policies supposedly aimed at improving people's health. Disregard for policies. Recently, Pyongyang's foreign ministry declared that the North Korean government is actively enforcing a firm anti-smoking policy aimed at safeguarding the health and lives of its citizens. They promise to uphold this initiative in the future, allowing the people of North Korea to live their lives fully and healthily. This announcement coincided with North Korean media coverage of the World Health Organization's World No Tobacco Day in 2023. However, despite Kim Jong Un frequently being seen smoking in state media, including images alongside his daughter, this nationwide anti-tobacco campaign appears somewhat contradictory. In the 2020, North Korea identified various public places, such as restaurants, hotels, and gyms, as non-smoking areas, further tightening restrictions with new laws built upon earlier regulations from the 2005. Yet, these restrictions exempt Kim Jong Un himself. While North Korea's overall smoking rate has decreased, with the World Health Organization reporting a decline from over 50% of males aged 15 and older in the early 2000s to an estimated 30% by 2025, the situation for women is strikingly different, as official reports claim no female tobacco users exist. Additionally, North Korea is importing a significant number of foreign cigarettes, according to South Korea's National Intelligence Service, which informed the National Assembly Intelligence Committee in 2023. Lawmaker Yoo Sang-beom revealed that Kim Jong Un has been increasingly reliant on nicotine and alcohol, reportedly due to worsening insomnia that has required sleeping medication. AI analysis suggests Kim's weight is currently around 140 kilograms, and skin issues on his hands and forearms might indicate stress or allergies. Kim's fluctuating health and weight have drawn attention from analysts, especially during his frequent absences from public view. However, smoking imported cigarettes poses further complications. In light of U.S. efforts to restrict supplies to Kim, the U.S. Department of Justice recently announced that British American Tobacco, which produces several major global brands, agreed to pay over $629 million in penalties for bank fraud and sanctions violations related to past tobacco sales to North Korea. Another way Kim Jong Un soothes his nerves is through constant praise, and his citizens spare no effort in delivering it, because their very lives depend on it. The great and supreme leader. In North Korea, Kim Jong Un isn't seen as just a leader, he is viewed as a divine figure, someone beyond the limits of ordinary people. This image didn't happen by chance, it was carefully shaped over generations. Beginning with Kim Il-sung, his grandfather, and later his father, Kim Jong-il. Together, they crafted a mythical narrative that paints the Kim family as supreme deities, revered and untouchable. From an early age, North Koreans are taught to worship their leader as a god. The state-controlled media constantly reinforces this image, portraying Kim Jong-un as an all-powerful figure capable of extraordinary feats, like reading people's minds. This instills deep fear among the people, as they believe that even thinking something negative about the leader could result in severe punishment or even death. Despite his divine image, Kim Jong-un is infamous for his ruthless grip on power. One of the most chilling examples of this was the assassination of his half-brother, Kim Jong-nam. Once seen as the next in line to lead, Kim Jong-nam fell out of favor after a failed attempt to enter Japan with a fake passport in 2001. On February 13, 2017, at the Kuala Lumpur International Airport in Malaysia, Kim Jong-nam was killed with a VX nerve agent. This deadly chemical weapon took his life in just 20 minutes. It is widely believed that Kim Jong-un orchestrated this assassination out of fear that his half-brother might challenge his rule. This brutal act solidified Kim's position as the supreme leader, showing the world the extreme lengths he was willing to go to hold on to power. Kim Jong-nam's fate is a chilling reminder of how far Kim Jong-un is willing to go to protect his authority. But his grip on power isn't only maintained through violence. Kim's daily life is a carefully crafted display of control and leadership. He often makes public appearances at factories, construction sites, farms, and markets, all part of a grand propaganda effort to show that he is tirelessly working for the people's well-being. Before stepping into the public eye, Kim undergoes thorough preparations to ensure his image is flawless. He is surrounded by an elite group of bodyguards, highly trained in martial arts and weapons. These bodyguards are chosen based on one peculiar requirement. They must be shorter than Kim, who is about 5 feet 7 inches, so he always appears taller and more imposing in every situation. Lastly, you'll be amazed by the extravagant and unparalleled ways the leader travels. Grand Voyage. Keeping with a long-standing tradition among North Korean leaders, Kim Jong-un embarked on an extravagant journey lasting over 20 hours, traveling approximately 1,000 180 kilometers on a slow-moving train. This luxurious locomotive is said to feature a restaurant serving fine French wines and gourmet dishes, including fresh lobster. Due to its heavy armor and the sometimes outdated rail network in North Korea, the train glides along at a modest speed of about 50 kilometers per hour. The train, named Taeyangcho, Sun in Korean, pays homage to North Korea's founder Kim Il-sung. This tradition of train travel was initiated by Kim Il-sung himself, who used his train for journeys to Vietnam and Eastern Europe. These lavish trains are heavily guarded, with security agents scanning routes and upcoming stations for potential threats. Kim Jong Un's father, Kim Jong Il, reportedly preferred traveling by train due to his fear of flying. It took Kim Jong Il 10 days to reach Moscow in 2001 for a meeting with President Putin. Russian military commander Konstantin Pulikovsky, who accompanied Kim Jong Il on that 2001 trip, described its extravagance in his memoir, Orient Express. He noted, "You could order any dish from Russian, Chinese, Korean, Japanese, and French cuisine." He reminisced about live lobsters being brought to the train to ensure fresh delicacies and cases of fine red wine from Bordeaux and Burgundy flown in from Paris. Pulikovsky even remarked that even Putin's private train couldn't match the comfort of Kim Jong-il's. Another former Russian diplomat, Georgy Tolaraya, shared his experience of that same train ride in 2001, recalling gourmet dishes like donkey meat and abalones being flown in from Pyongyang, alongside the ever-present Russian standard vodka. Both diplomats noted that performers and singers entertained guests during the journey. According to North Korean state media, Kim Jong-il suffered a heart attack and died while traveling on this train at 2011. Reports from November 2009 revealed that his armored train featured around 90 carriages, adorned with conference rooms, audience chambers, and luxurious bedrooms. It was equipped with satellite phones and flat-screen televisions for briefings, and some carriages were even furnished with red leather armchairs. While Kim Jong-un may not share his father's fear of flying, having flown on his Russian-made private jet for various trips, he arrived by train for his last meeting with Putin in Vladivostok in 2019. Kim Jong-un's journeys usually commence in Pyongyang, passing through Tumangang Station at the Russian border, where the train's wheels will be switched for the Russian tracks. This wheel exchange is expected to take several hours. In addition to his trains, Kim Jong-un enjoys various extravagant modes of transport that sharply contrast with the struggles faced by the North Korean people. Having spent time at a boarding school in Switzerland, Kim is no stranger to the skies. On May 2018, he made his first international flight since taking power, traveling to the Chinese city of Dalian to meet with Chinese President Xi Jinping. Reports indicate he has also used his private jet for domestic travel within North Korea. The aircraft that flew him to China was a Soviet-made long-range jet, the Ilyushin 62. Locals refer to it as Chame-1, named after the goshawk, the national bird of North Korea. The IL-62 was also used to transport North Korea's delegation to the 2018 Winter Olympics in South Korea. The sleek white exterior of the plane is adorned with North Korea's official Korean name on both sides, accompanied by the national flag. Its tail features a striking red star set within red and blue circles. Inside, the aircraft boasts modern decor, and Kim has been seen conducting meetings while airborne. The Chame-1 garnered attention when it carried a high-level Olympic delegation to South Korea in 2018, including Kim's sister, Kim Yo-jong. According to South Korean news agency Yonhap, this flight was assigned the identification number PRK-615, possibly a symbolic nod to the 15 June North-South Joint Declaration signed in 2000. Kim has also been spotted utilizing a Ukrainian Antonov 148, which displays the state airline Air Koryo logo. Footage aired by state-owned Korean Central Television in 2014 showed Kim using this aircraft. In 2015, North Korean state media even showcased Kim piloting a homegrown light aircraft and sitting at the controls of an AN-2 military biplane. In March 2018, Kim traveled to Beijing by train but opted for his personal Mercedes-Benz S-Class for his travels within the city. According to South Korean daily Jungang Ilbo, the luxury vehicle was specially transported aboard the train. This model, manufactured in 2010, is valued at around 2 billion Korean won. Kim's preferred S-Class made a grand appearance during the 2018 Inter-Korean Summit at Panmunjom, where he drove across the border with bodyguards jogging. His convoy during the summit reportedly included a private toilet car, ensuring that he had facilities at his disposal while traveling. This customized bathroom is said to be built into one of the armored vehicles in his motorcade. North Korean state media has shown Kim using various extravagant modes of transportation, including boats, submarines, buses, and even a ski lift. Although he is rumored to use additional luxury vehicles, these have yet to appear in his travels abroad. During a visit to an army-run fishing station on May 2013, state media published photos that included a yacht in the background. While it remains unconfirmed whether this $7 million vessel belongs to Kim, its presence raised eyebrows, particularly given the ongoing international sanctions on luxury goods. In June 2015, Radio Free Asia reported the discovery of a new helipad at Kim's lakeside villa in South Pyongan province. Researchers from the U.S.-Korea Institute at Johns Hopkins University suggested that the helipad might serve Kim's family or guests. Thank you for watching till the end. See you next time.